Guess what? When I made these pants, I didn't know how to make this pocket, and now I know, and it's beautiful. Perfection. I drafted pattern for pocket facing. I cut and fused piece. A drafted pattern to make a welt pocket, also fused. And drafted pattern for lining pocket bags and cut. I applied piece of fusible to the pants after I stitched close the dart. I lay down the pattern on top, put tracing paper in between, and traced the middle of the pocket from point of ducktail to ducktail. This will give me clear guide to stitch a welt pocket and facing. You can also trace this before the dart is closed. It's easier. In production, we used to put drill holes. I also went over with the chalk for visibility. You put a notch on the pocket bag lining so that you know where to place the pocket bag. I usually make pocket bag lining inch wider each side. I pinned lining inside and flipped over. Let's prep a welt pocket. I'm folding 3/8 for seam allowances and pressing. Then I folded another 1/2 inch because my welt is going to be 1/2 inch and pressed it. Please keep in mind that this part is fused and is serged only one side. My pocket opening is 4 3/4 and the welt is 5/8 wider each side. So that means it's 6 inches wide. And the piece itself is 3 inches in height. Now I'm stitching 1/4 away from the guideline I created, and I also know that I'm supposed to start 2 inches from center back. Pocket length and the placement may vary based on your personal taste and your size. Now I'm going to stitch pocket bag facing. It has 1/4 inch seam allowance and it's serged at the other side. I didn't have to fuse for this fabric. It's important to reinforce ends with the reverse stitch. As you see, it's stitched through the lining. Double check that this space between stitch is supposed to be same height as the welt. In my case, it's 1/2 inch, but you can also do 3/8 welt if you want. I'm marking end of the pockets where the ducktail will be cut. Now I'm cutting through and through that line and need to stop 3/8 away from the end of the pocket. This part is tricky. I'm cutting the ducktail now. As you see, I started cutting from the center and now I'm cutting the other side. Now turn to the opposite side and rearrange. Precision, precision. And here, I caught duck by the tail, and I'm going to stitch it to the Welt pocket. But let me show you how to press first. So I like open seams at the top. Looks good, right? And now I'm going to open seam at the bottom too. I think it's better to stitch ducktail after the pressing. And hopefully your machine can stitch reverse. Mine, I have to rotate because it's 100 years old. For the sides of the pocket, it's better to use a bar tack if you use it a lot, but I am lazy and I'm just going to double stitch ends.
Honey, you're not at the party.
I'm back from the block party. Let's continue. I need to stitch the pocket facing and pocket welt inside to the pocket bag. Now stitching the upper portion, pocket bag facing. You need to pin first. See why it's important to pin? So you have to stitch inside. This chapter is about applying French seams to pocket bags. If you are a beginner, it's a lot easier to do lock stitch and serge edges. So I like to taper at the top because the pocket bag, it's just better. I could have also made pattern this shape, but for handmade and bespoke, this method is more accurate. Now I need to turn inside and stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge. I finished one side. Now I'm going to do same to the other side. Other side is a little bit harder, but you have to just push it in. Now turn to the right side. Make sure that you push all the fabric out so there's no leaping. I can also get up and press, but I think I can get away without the pressing. Oh my God, guys, I thought this would never end. This is the final stage where I'm stitching 1/4 inch away from the edge, pulling the fabric out to make sure it's not leaping, and I will be done. Yes, this is a finished line. Isn't this perfect?